This is your Daily 5 for Monday, December 8th, 2025. Lando and I, for one of our commentary films this week, watched a film from 1992 titled either Supercop or Police Story 3. Now, I have read basically that the Police Story 3 part is not really all that correct and that it's not really meant to be a direct sequel to Police Story 1 and 2, but that it was something that they attached that name to capitalize on the popularity of those movies. And the reason that we watched this was, I think I explained when we talked about Inspector Wears Skirts, that I had come up with the idea of doing a Michelle Yeoh and a Cynthia Rothrock film. Last week, we had watched Inspector Wears Skirts, aka Top Squad. This week, it was Supercop, aka Police Story 3. And Jackie Chan is the main star. Michelle Yeoh is the co-star. And so based on that, I had a relatively secure feeling, which bore out, that at the very least, this was not going to be a bad movie. Jackie Chan at this point, you know whether you like him or not, but there is a level of quality in Jackie Chan films that generally is pretty consistent, especially from this time period. And Michelle Yeoh, well, I like Michelle Yeoh in a lot of things. And of course, from Yes, Madam, I know she has martial arts talent. So I was looking forward to this because I've heard this is a good movie, but I'd somehow never seen it before. In fact, I've never seen Police Story 2 either. I've only seen the first Police Story. And so we decided to watch this movie. And in the end, I think Lando and I had slightly different experiences with it. It is a fun movie. I would recommend it for people who are fans of either Jackie Chan or Michelle Yeoh or both. I think it's worth watching once. But it has now dawned on me that I have somewhat ruined myself for a lot of movies that are action films because I have watched a lot of what I consider to be the top tier action films that have just a lot of really great stunt work throughout the film. And so I sort of now expect that going into a Hong Kong action film, or really any action film at this point. It's going to have pretty consistent action or I'm going to start to feel bored. And as much as I hate to say that, that is what happened with Supercop. Supercop is a perfectly enjoyable film. It's an action comedy film. Jackie Chan is a delightful person to watch in anything. There is just a charm about him that radiates off him. Maggie Cheung is in this, completely wasted. I agree with Lando. We say it on the commentary. She was utterly unused in this film. But outside of that, everybody in the movie seems to be doing fun, having a good time doing fun work. And from what I read, Michelle Yeoh and Jackie Chan were kind of competing in the stunt department, leading each other to do more and more dangerous things. From what I read, Michelle Yeoh did all of her own stunts. All that stuff is very impressive. The issue for me is that you don't have enough actual action in this film. It is far more weighted on the comedy side. And again, to go back to other movies I've watched, I've somewhat become accustomed to the over-the-top buffoonery of Hong Kong action films that is just almost Three Stooges level comic. And that's not what this film is. This film is more grounded than that, and that's saying something. And so again, I kind of was waiting. I was kind of waiting through a lot of the middle of this movie for things to kind of ramp back up, and they never quite did. So this is completely... You have to grade this on a curve with me because I've realized now that I've sort of kind of harmed myself in enjoying certain films because I'm going to keep waiting for all movies to be at the top end level of some of these great films I've watched. Yes, Madam. Iron Angels. And not every movie is going to do that. It's just not going to be feasible to expect every action film to be at that level. And so I do recognize it's a fun movie. I like Jackie Chan. I understand why a lot of people like this. So I don't want to make this like I'm not recommending it. I think this is an easy watch for anybody who's never seen it like me. I'm not sorry I watched it. I'm glad I saw it once. I am unlikely to ever revisit this in the same way I am something like, again, Iron Angels or Yes, Madam. But that's because of how I am now. So I want to be very clear. I think this movie is a lot of fun. Lando had a blast with it. I think you'll hear on Friday that he's going to be much more enthusiastic about it than me. But again, I just want to stress, that's because now I've watched movies. It's kind of when you see certain things, everything else is sort of measured up, and that's now my problem. But as a movie itself, as a neutral kind of taking myself out of the equation, it's a lot of fun, great stunts, great Jackie Chan moments, great Michelle Yeoh moments. So if you've never seen Supercop because it was the third Police Story movie, don't worry about that. You should watch it. It is a fun time, and it's worth watching at least once. Later.